Hello and welcome back to the David67 Celtic News YouTube channel. This Sunday morning video being recorded in the hour or two before the vital Celtic v Rangers match, which will be live on TV from Celtic Park at 12:30, so in a couple of hours' time. This video is going to be a wee update on a player who is now thought to be top of Celtic's summer transfer wish list, a player who has been scouted by Celtic since the summer of 2024. Celtic are thought to have put in previous bids for this player, Mathis Kvistgaarden, on 2 or 3 occasions. It appears he was a player that Celtic were very closely following and bidding for in the winter transfer window in January 2025. However, his club, Brøndby, were determined to keep hold of him until the end of the season. And it's thought at that time Celtic were bidding £8 million for him, except Brøndby have now set a target value of 13.5. Interestingly, however, it's thought in the summer of 2025, so in a few months' time. However, due to a clause in Kvistgaarden's contract, his transfer value will drop to 8 million, and so any bid of 8 million pounds or above, as per Kvistgaarden's current contract, has to be accepted by Brøndby. Previously, it has been known that Kvistgaarden was very open to coming to Celtic. He saw moving to Celtic as being a step up in his career, and also he thought at that time it would give him a great chance of playing regular Champions League football, which he has not been able to do thus far with his lifelong club, Brøndby. Quite a lot of speculation on various different Celtic sites, and it is thought, as I said, that he is now top of Celtic's summer transfer list. Looking at a wee bit of Kvistgaarden's biography, he is currently 22 years old. In April, he will be 23. He has 17 Danish under-21 caps with 7 goals. Has played for Brøndby since he was a teenager, and has actually had a good season for Brøndby himself, scoring plenty of goals at over 1 goal every 2 games. However, Brøndby do have a vital game today, Sunday, where they are potentially not going to get into the playoff stage of the Danish Super League, as they currently lie 6th and have a winner-takes-all match against the 7th place club, where if Brøndby win or draw it, they get a top 6 playoff football. Otherwise, their season is essentially over, apart from the Cup semi-final, which is next month. At the moment, Kvistgaarden actually is out injured for the last week or so with a hamstring injury. Generally, with hamstring injuries, you come back in 4 to 6 weeks' time, although it does depend on the grading of the injury. And so it may be that if he is going to be out 4 to 6 weeks, he may well have played his last game for Brøndby, as it does look like he's very likely to be leaving the club at the end of this season. In terms of his stats for the 24-25 season with Brøndby, he has played 26 games for them, 15 goals and 5 assists, and over his full Brøndby career, 114 games, 39 goals and 17 assists. So this season, better than 1 goal every 2 games, and over his whole career for Brøndby, around 1 goal every 3 games, and at under 21 level, 1 goal every 2 games. And so he has proven he is a consistent scorer over several seasons, has had an especially good season personally this year, and has continued to do well at under 21 international level for his country. His contract actually is up in June 2027. However, his current contract does have this clause where an £8 million transfer bid or greater will force Brøndby into accepting the transfer bid. The only other club known to be very closely following Kvistgaarden at the moment is Eintracht Frankfurt. However, Celtic's almost certain guarantee of Champions League football, assuming they come through the last few games of this season to seal the league and then win that two-legged playoff, should see them into the Champions League, and I think that will be a big attraction for Kvistgaarden. Now going to pop in some new goal highlights of Kvistgaarden in his Brøndby games in 24-25, which I think shows that he is a good all-around player. After the highlights, which is about 4 or 5 minutes, taken from another YouTube site with copyright disclosures. After that, a little highlight reel, a little final summary, and my own thoughts about signing Kvistgaarden for Celtic. I think from looking at those highlights and goals by Kvistgaarden over the course of the 24-25 season in Denmark with Brøndby, shows that since last season he has improved on his finishing skills, improved on his aerial ability, and has retained his ability to good dribbling skills, lots and lots of pace, either through the middle or down the left wing. He is a very capable finisher, right-footed and left-footed, and as I said, has improved a lot in terms of his heading ability. And I think he is a very much an all-around player. Looking at the highlights I've used for extracting for this video and several other updated highlight reels of Kvistgaarden over the last couple of seasons, I think he has got better and better over the last couple of years. I think he's a very talented young footballer. He has a lot of the skills that remind me of Kyogo, that ability to get himself into the box, find space, and put the ball away, and also quite a lot of reminders of Dyson Maida in his ability at pace to drive down the wing, get the ball into the box, and also come in off his wing to score at the back post. And I do think Celtic would be very well advised to go all out for Kvistgaarden this summer. It does appear, as I said earlier on, that they have tried 2 or 3 times to get him into the club, but Brøndby were always setting a higher price than Kvistgaarden's actual value. I think a fee of 6 or 7 million would be how I would value Kvistgaarden given his current abilities, and so given the current transfer market, a bid of £8 million I think is entirely reasonable. I think he's a player who is going to get better and better. I think he's a player who's going to cope with Scottish football, but also cope with European Champions League football and a higher level of football. And I think he would be a big asset for Celtic in that he can play right wing, left wing, and centre forward, and so would be a very good option to go along with Dyson Maida and Adam Ida, and maybe one other good quality front three player come in this summer. A lot of stories, a lot of inside gossip saying Celtic are in discussions with Brøndby to secure a summer transfer, and I think the sooner the better. That gets him into the squad, into pre-season training, well in time for the vital Champions League qualifiers, end of July, start of August. Do feel free to pop your own thoughts into the comment section regarding how you feel Mathias Kvistgaarden is as a player. Do you think he is worth £8 million plus? Do pop those into the comment section. If you are new to the channel, not yet subscribed, please do click that subscribe button. Lovely to get new subscribers every day. And if you have liked the video or liked the channel, please do click that like button as well. So that finishes off this pre-Celtic Rangers video, and we update of Mathias Kvistgaarden. We'll be doing a post-match review of the Celtic Rangers match either late today or more likely first thing on Monday morning. And so until the next video, goodbye and hail, hail.